everybody in the voiceover world. And if you're not from the voiceover world, we are
Voiceover Universe.
We are your favorite voiceover talents. You might not know who we are, but we're your favorites. So anyway, this is a segment that my dad and I do. That's Todd. I'm Hudson. And what we do here is Dad tells us a little bit about some tips that he's learned, tips and tricks that he's learned over 13 years of experience in the voiceover business. I'm about almost 2 years in, and these are things that he tells me. So we thought we'd bring them to you because we figured, well, he's not going to tell me things that are different from what – sorry, let me start that over. He's not going to tell you things that are different from what he's telling me,
or what
his own son, or what he does. So we thought, let's share them. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. So Dad,
And
as
now,
always,
Todd's tips. So what we always do when we talk about Todd's tips, and especially what we're doing right now, is some do's and don'ts. These are things that I do and don't do. And so Demond, our audio visual producer, always, every single time, puts these caveats right there on your screen so that you can see that I'm not telling you how to do your voiceover business. This is how I do mine. It works for me, might not work for you. We live in different areas. We're different ages, different genders, different backgrounds, on and on and on, different experiences. So family situations. I could go on, but I'll stop. Yeah, I'll stop there. These are the caveats, though, that help you. The purpose really is for you to just be able to not listen to this. I don't want you to just listen to this and say, oh, Todd does this, it's got to be for me. What I want you to do is look at the caveats and say, do these fit with him? Do they fit with me? How do they fit with me? And take these do's and don'ts and apply them to your voiceover business. That's why we provide the caveats. Now, all that prefacing doing, I'm going to talk with you about a do. I do simple processes to run my voiceover business. I do simple processes to run my VO business. Probably not a real surprise if you watch me regularly. First, as it said right there in the caveats, I'm old, and I'm kind of old-fashioned. I don't always mean to be, it's just me. I don't really know how to change or whether I need to change. I try to stay up to date as much as I need to. It's kind of a simple mind, simple pleasure. And that doesn't mean I'm stupid. I don't know if I'm the smartest person or the most talented VO person, but I do run my processes for my VO business with simple processes. Technology-wise, I'm just not that tech savvy. I'm tech savvy enough to get by and to have a good VO business. My set of processes shouldn't necessarily be yours. In fact, yours might be better than mine. There's a good chance they might be better, but I'm sure they will be more up to date. I'm sure of that. Mine might seem archaic, I'm sure, but here they are anyway. I don't use a fancy CRM, customer relationship management. I don't manager. I don't even know what it means.
That's how much you use it.
I don't use a fancy CRM to track my marketing efforts, just an Excel spreadsheet. That's all I use. That's all I've ever used. In fact, I didn't even use that. I just used lined paper when I first started. Every job I do, I have a 3-ring binder that I write down the week at the top, and I could show you an example, and then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I just list the person that I got the job, the date, the type of job, the specs, so my wife, my financial assistant, Becky, can then make sure those are invoiced. Very simple, goes into 3-ring binder, and at the end we have 52 sheets. And
that's good math.
I just keep the totals there. Each week I fill out a 3x5 card that tracks my weekly earnings and the total for that week. Yeah, and I specify, like I put Fiverr X amount, Upwork X amount, Voices.com X amount, and then my direct email marketing, and then the totals for those for the week and for the month. And I have 12 of those that I keep in a box, and I have 10 years of those or
Wow.
12 years
Yeah.
of those. I think I have about 10 years of those because I didn't keep them on 3x5 cards at first. I also have 3x5 cards to list my daily jobs and tasks. I am starting to put some on my smartphone, like my calendar. I'm learning how to do that. And that gives me, kind of an alarm, if you will. And that's kind of nice. I don't have to remember to keep this around. So I'm kind of growing in my tech savviness.
Teaching an old dog new tricks.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll start coaching how to. No, I won't do that. But I do typically fill out one of these each day. And then I just put my tasks down and check them off. And what else do I do? Oh, that is Becky and I, when we first started, probably for the first 5 or 6 years, we used Word documents. Just a Word document that we filled out with our little logo, and that was our invoicing system. And we just took care of that. But now we have high-tech QuickBooks. And so we use QuickBooks. Again, and I could tell you some more processes that I do, but my point isn't to convince you to use my processes. That is not my point. My point is twofold, and here it is. I've said all of that to get to this. When running a business, and I'm talking about, in this case, a voiceover business, but this probably relates to a lot of businesses. This is how I would probably run any business. Don't make things more complex than they need to be. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what I always say to myself. Just because there's something that's more high-tech or newfangled, I don't rush right to it. Because if it's working and working well, I just think I'm just going to stay with it. That doesn't mean you don't need to keep your ear to the tracks. You probably do. And you probably need to upgrade and do different things. But don't think that in and of itself, a lot of people spend a lot of time doing CRMs and doing all of these different things. And I think they're just busy with busy work. And they wouldn't have to be necessary. If it's easier for you and it's more efficient, great, do it. Second, new, fancier, high-tech processes won't make you more successful. It might aid in some ways to be more efficient, but it won't make you more successful. Just like I'm not going to be able to buy a new basketball and new Jordan shoes and some wristbands and a headband and, a new jersey and make myself a better basketball player. I have to work on the skills and get experience and different things like that. It's the same with tech stuff. Mm-hmm. Just because you have a better microphone or different things like that, or you're upgrading all your processes, it won't necessarily add to your success. And we can talk more about those types of things coming up. But that's why I say I do simple processes to run my VO business. And hopefully you're thinking along with me on that and going to apply that to your particular situation.
Well,
Any thoughts on that?
No. I pretty much do the same thing.
You pretty much do, but
yeah.
you do ramp it up a little bit with some more techie type stuff. Like, I mean, I grew up with computers more than you did, so I know some processes that might be quicker and stuff like that. But I've adopted I use these all the time now. I used to never liked lists, never liked, those things, but now I use them because I have to. Now, there's some things that, like, for instance, we were talking about this, and I won't go on and on, but we were talking about this with regard to using computers. And like you do the quick keys, or you have different little processes, quick things that get you places where I go through the whole process.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And some people can really, be more efficient that way. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not telling you to do everything the way I do it. I probably need some lessons on how to use my computer better and things like that. But those are the processes that I run with my voiceover business.
Yeah, I think it's just good to keep that in sight that, like you said, all the new equipment or whatever that is, that's not going to change who you are as the person running that business. Nope. So it's all on you. Anyway, thanks for the Todd's tips. Next up, we'll have our numbers. So check out how we did this week. And Johnny from VOMP will be here. So if you're a VOMP member, check out how you guys did this week. So we'll see you next on Numbers. Hey, did you like that video? Here's some more over here. Maybe you want to subscribe over here. I don't know. It's up to you.